When we were first going to start again, we owned the building, 29 High Street, which is where our first shop is, which is like the home of Lush. And it's where a lot of the labs are as well now. We call them labs, but they're more like little kitchens. I used to do car boots, selling anything in the building that we didn't need. And we'd sell it in a car boot and then use the money to buy raw materials. If you're starting a business, surround yourself with different complementary skill sets, and that way you can all work together, and at different times, different ones of you are leading the way. I love what we do. Last year we reached the total of having given £100 million in charitable donations to small grassroots charities. The first time we decided we'd do a giving product, we thought if we did £1 million, if we raised £1 million, we'd be really pleased with ourselves. But last year we reached 100 million, and that was, thank you.
Given what you know now, when you look back and you join the dots, how have you scaled the business so effectively? What are like some of the key learnings?
I think the key thing I would say to people who want to build their own business is do it step by step. So you can go out and try and get big investment and go, but you don't know how to deal with. So if you do it one shop at a time or one block at a time, whatever it is you're doing, at least you understand what you're doing and you can build it slowly and keep a knowledge of it. Rather, when the minute it gets out of control, our biggest thing was we went from our 80 square metre shops to 400 square metre when we opened on Oxford Street, and we had absolutely no idea how to run that. And that was such a challenge. We had to have 4 managers in it. It was over 4 floors. It was,
so like 5x'd it almost, or 10x'd it.
And that's one shop.
Yeah.
So if you were doing your whole business, I don't know quite how you'd work. So I always think doing it step by step, not being tempted by, and it depends. I spoke to somebody earlier, and they started their business intentionally to sell it on. That's great. We've always started our business intentionally to keep it as a family business. So it's family members that are coming up now for the next generation.
I was going to say, because whenever we've talked over the years, it's never been a plan. As you say, some people start a business to exit that business. Yes. That's never been a plan for you guys at all.
No.
And now you've got family members who could come in and...
Well, they're in already, and they're working their way through so they're learning all the different areas. So when we first started, the 6 of us, we all did more than one job. So although each of us had a different skill set, so I would say if you're starting your business, surround yourself with people with different complementary skill sets, and that way you can all work together, and at different times, different ones of you are leading the way. And the kids that are in now, they're not kids anymore, but they're worked in different areas of the business as well. So they're not single track ponies. They understand. But then their skills are going into different areas, which is lovely. So that gives it a lovely balance as well.
And I remember when we chatted before, you'd said that originally the aim was like M25.
Within the M25.
Within the M25. Yeah. Clearly, the vision changed at some point. Just remind us, kind of like numbers-wise with that, as in, where was the first location, which I know the answer to, where was the last location, because I think you've had a few this year, if my memory serves me right. Yeah, talk me through that.
So our first one was in Poole, where we own the building there. And then the first one outside of Poole, within the M25, because we were just going to be happy to be within the M25 after losing our previous business. So we did have an investor. So we had somebody phone us up who was a customer from Cosmetics to Go and said, are you going to make the Prince of Neroli shaving cream? And it's like, well, we can. You want some? So we made that. And he said, oh, and by the way, I work with somebody who invests in businesses. Would you be interested? So we had a chat with him, and Peter said that he would like to invest in there. We made it very clear we're not giving shares away for the investment. We would love some investment, and we will give him the best return on his investment. And that was our promise. It took 3 years, and we gave him the best return on his investment, with us keeping 100% of our shares. So we weren't giving anything away. And we've never wanted to give anything away, because we are quite niche, I think, with what we do, with the way that we behave, with our we beliefs, with our non-animal testing, vegan, vegetarian, freshness, naked products. All of those things don't really fit in necessarily to the cosmetic industry. So if we had people come in and go, no, I don't want you to do that because I could make more money if you didn't have that quality of ingredient. You know, we could make a bigger margin on our products if we didn't care about the raw materials that we're using and where we get them from. And if you've got people that are only after the money, that's what they would want you to do.
Yeah.
They would want you to cut those corners because it's all about the margins. So Peter was quite happy to invest in, and that meant we could open a tiny little one in Covent Garden. And then I moved to London to run those, and then King's Road. And then from King's Road, being on there, people from on holiday would come along, would see us, and then the first ones that did it were from Canada and Croatia, and they were like, we want to take Lush to our country. And it was like, well, we know nothing about, we didn't really know anything about retail because we'd been manufacturers, and then we had the mail order business. So it was like, well, if you're going to take it, it needs to look like this. You can only sell our products in the shop and da-da-da. And they took it, and the rest, as they say, is history. So from there, we were going out things. And so then what we've always said is where we wait for people to come to us. We don't go looking for people to open the business. So we're not chasing. We like to be chased. And
we all like that.
Yeah, we all like that too. And so they come to us, and one of the most important criteria when you're speaking to somebody that wants to invest in your business or wants to license your business, take it away, is do you actually like them? So one of our top thing is, would we like to have dinner with you? And if we just think, actually, we'd have nothing to talk about and we can't see a relationship here, then it doesn't matter what their credentials are, because it's not going to work. You have to have a friendship there, and then you come in with, like, have you got the money? What experience have you got? Da, 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 da. So, yeah.
And bring us up to date, 2025, latest locations this year?
Cyprus. It opens this week, and then mail order in India opens next week.
Wow,
on the 16th.
If this conversation resonated with you, don't just sit there, act on it. Make sure you follow or subscribe for more game-changing conversations, and remember, the only thing standing between you and your business breakthrough is the decision to screw it and just do it.